tired feet, pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Oh, Broadway, baby, learning how to sing and dance, waiting for that one big chance to be in a show. To be on some marquee, all twinkling lights, a spark to pierce the dark, from Battery Park to Washington Heights. Someday maybe all my dreams will be repaid. Heck, I'd even play the maid to be in a show. Talking to you, sir. I don't need a lot, only what I got, plus a tube of grease paint and a full of spot. I'm a Broadway baby, slaving at 5 and 10, dreaming of that great day when I'll be in the show. I'm making rounds all afternoon. I'm eating at a greasy spoon to save on my dough. Oh, at my tiny flat, there's just my cat, a couch, oh, and a chair. But still, I'll stick it till I'm on a bill. And gentlemen, and welcome to Day by Day, a show that is all about me. So, Staci Lynn, our lovely technician this evening, got me involved with Placing Give about 2 weeks ago. Last Monday is when I found out about this. So I immediately started compiling lists and lists of songs. And I stopped after a while, went back and looked at them. Most of them were things like Dying Ain't So Bad, Cry Me a River, Losing My Mind, and All Falls Down. What does that tell you about my mentality right now? So, anyways, let's start at the very beginning, because it's a very good place to start. That's a great joke. I'm Staci Johnston. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I was brought up in a very loving, Christian, Republican household. And I was the goody two-shoes of the family. Shocking, I know. So, with that on top of my hundreds of extracurricular activities, I didn't really have time for life. Or even knew what that was until like mid-high school or college. And that's when I realized I didn't have to do what everyone expected of me. That I could just live my own life. I've never talked back. I've never slept late. I've never sat down when told to stand straight. I've never let go and gone with the flow. And I don't even know really why. I've never asked questions or taken a dare. I've never worn clothes that might make people stare. I've never have dared to leave myself bare. I've just been too scared and I'd fall. How about we start that over? I'm sorry. That whole thing just... No! I've never let go or gone with the flow, and I don't even know really why. I've never asked questions or taken a dare. I've never worn clothes that might make people stare. I've never quite dared to... I'm sorry. Woo! Let me just read that part.
Deep breath.
Yeah. I've never rebelled or stood up and yelled or even just held my head high. And all of the feelings unspoken and all of the truths unsaid, they're all I have left of the life I never led. I've never gone surfing or ran with a crowd, or danced on a table or laughed much too loud. I've never quite dared to leave myself bared. I've just been too scared I might fall. I've never seen Paris when naked been kissed. I've never quite realized just how much I've missed. And what did I get for hedging each bet? Another regret, and that's all. And all of the wishes unasked for, and all of the needs unfed, they're all that remain of the life I never led. And now that you've given me one little taste of it, and now that I know what I know, well, how can I go on ignoring the waste of it? After all of the years I've clung to my fears, won't you help me let go? Help me let go. I want to be brave. I want to be strong. I want to believe I'm where I belong. To stand up and say I'm seizing the day and do it the way that I choose. So I may not surf, I may not see France, but I have to know I still have the chance. And maybe I'll make a painful mistake. It's mine though to take or refuse. And all of the doors yet to open, all of the rooms ahead, they're beckoning bright, scary and new. But I'm standing tall and I'm walking through. What's gone may be gone, but I won't go on playing dead. It's time to start living the life I never That's great because I got through it. Alrighty, so I decided to come to New York. I decided to become a performer. And after the initial heart attack of my parents, they have continued to support me wholeheartedly throughout everything that I have gone through. So this song is for them and all the low notes that my dad always told me to sing. I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine, high as a mountain and deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. You're gonna love me like no Somebody's love me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny, we're in or we're out of the money, but I'm with you always. I'm with you rain or shine. Days may be cloudy or sunny, we're in or we're out of the money, but I'm with you always. I'm with you rain or So, I moved to New York, and I got into the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. Woo! And I had everything all planned out. I was going to breeze through school, become a Broadway star, get an awesome boyfriend, done. But school was hard. And finding friends was hard. And don't even get me started on dating. Look at Cupid, Plenty Fish, all of those fun things. So I was lucky, and Jason and I happened to work for the same company. We were one of those flyer people in Times Square. Yes, we are those people. We were those people. So he wanted to date me from day one. And it took me about a year to come to my senses. Yeah, he waited for a year. Yep, but of course that's not my fault he waited. Nothing's ever my fault. Ever since that lucky night I found you, I've hung around you just like a fool, falling head and heels in love, like a kid out of school. Well, my poor heart is in an awful state now, but it's too late now to call a halt. So if I become a nuisance, it's all your fault. and I had my family. So I took a deep breath and realized that I wasn't alone anymore. Was it his voice? Was it his smile? I haven't felt so wonderful in quite a while. All of this time, there was just me. Maybe here's a preview of how good my life can be. I'm not alone. Somebody's freed me from this lonely tower. Somebody's by my side as I face the unknown. I'm not alone. Speaking his name, I've never felt such power before. 'Cause I'm not alone anymore. I keep floating 2 feet off the ground. I forget my fears when he's around. Heartaches, heartbreaks, they don't bother me. As long as there's someone who cares, then I'll never be alone. No more lonely tower. Somebody's by my side as I face the unknown. I'm not alone. Speaking his name, I've never felt such power before. 'Cause I'm not alone anymore. So, there is a phrase in musical theater that we all love, hate, and kind of have to live by. So, it's called being a triple threat. So you all have heard me sing, and you have seen me act through my songs. What am I forgetting? Oh, dance! Now let me tell you, I am the most flexible person you've ever met. And I could dance a rug out from underneath Fred Astaire. Yeah. See, I am a good actor, because I can't dance to save my life. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rachel Anderson. Atlantic City showgirl and dancer extraordinaire. And we're here to tell you, if you're not a triple threat, get yourself a gimmick. You can pull all the stops out till they call the cops out. Bump it and grind to your bed. But you gotta get a gimmick if you wanna get ahead. You can sacrifice your sacro, working in the back row. Bump it and grind to your bed. Kid, you gotta get a gimmick if you wanna get ahead. All in and then, that's how burlesque was born. So but I do it with a horn.
She was a schlepper, now she's Miss Mazeppa with a revolution in dance. You gotta get a gimmick if you wanna get a chance. All them and them ain't gonna spell success. Me, but I do it with finesse.
Do something special, anything that's special. So that's special, anything that's special.
Give that big plastic cigar.
You're more than just a mimic when you got a gimmick. Take a look how different we are.
If you wanna grind it, make sure you overfind it.
If you wanna bump it with a trumpet. Get yourself a gimmick and you too can be a star. So, I finish AMDA, and I'm ready to take on the world. So I give myself a backstage, and I start looking at these notifications. And they're all saying something about a 16-bar cut requirement. But I just learned all of these really long songs at AMDA. And you want a teeny tiny 16-bar cut? Let me tell you, I spend half of my time hunting for a good 16-bar cut. Now, if you don't know what that is, please, let me enlighten you.
Hello.
Oh, hi. So, about the whole 16-bar cut thing.
Yeah.
My song is an up-tempo and it's a 2/4 time. The bar's going really fast, so I was hoping that well, don't you think that's kind of unfair? I mean, the last girl was in here for like ever. Each bar had her lyrics in it. Fine. Okay, so what? I should just sing the last 2 notes of my song for you then, huh? Because I'm sure you'll be able to tell it. Listen, 16 bars takes a half a minute. And it's always such a bitch trying to stay on pitch with some rickety old spinet. 16 bars, that's the upper limit. Take a tune and trim it down to size. Yes, I realize I'm just a blip on the map of wannabe stars. And all you want is my 16 bars. Let me tell you about 16 bars. 16 bars is my life. I go to work, new job each week, and if it sucks, hey, it's just 1 week. But the moment I begin to like it and settle in, whoosh! All they want is 16 bars. Then they're yelling, time's up! So I permanently dwell in entry-level hell while everybody climbs up. 16 bars, nothing but a snippet. Take a job and strip it of all chance to prosper and advance. I never get any perks or company cars, 'cause all they want is my 16 bars. Then after work, I have a date. If he's a jerk, hey, it's just 1 date. But the moment that I start to let him inside my heart, whoosh! That was my 16 bars, flushing down the toilet. If it looks like it'll last, he'll be moving fast to hurry up and spoil it. 16 bars, never a commitment. Did you think that it meant something more? Sorry, there's the door. Time and again I've been close, but still no cigars. 'Cause all they want is my 16 bars. What about what I want, huh? What about that? What if I want more than 1 night stands and 2-day stints? I was made for marathons, not 100-meter sprints.
you have a 16-bar cut?
Oh yeah, it's the next song in the book.
Yeah.
Just start from Here I Go, normal tempo and everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
great.
what kind of intro?
16 bars to the end, bell tone.
B-bell, okay, got it.
Great. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has begun. I may be small, but I've got giant plans to shine as brightly as the sun. I will blaze until I find my time and place. I will be fearless, surrendering modesty and grace. I will not disappear without a trace. I'll shout and start a riot.
Thank you. Do you have a ballad?
Next song we look. It is a strict 16 bars.
Okay, good.
So just start from the bridge.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Bell tone. I've met boys who talked about farms and horses, and they don't do much for me. I don't want to end up in a rocking chair. Since you get to live your life just once, and there's so much to do and see. And I'd rather breathe in life than dusty air. Dying ain't so bad.
Thank you very much.
No,
What do you mean?
I have a full song that you're going to love that is next. So start from the beginning and play it slower than you think. Okay, sorry.
Is that slow enough?
Yes, do it again. Deal with it. Hit me with a hot knife and watch me bounce. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. When trumpets heat up, give me a rock to beat up. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with a hot note and watch me burn. Slap me down with rhythm from stem to stern. Oh, let that Mr. Trumpets heat up. Give me a rock to beat up. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Start that trombone sliding while I gather steam. Keep that tempo right down, and I come back right on the beat. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Knock me out with music in great amounts. Oh, let that beat wave. We're gonna have a heat wave. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. This is tea, I promise.
Bummer.
Right? Some whiskey would be nice, but I think good. Great, so we're there. Okay, so remember all of those sad songs that I mentioned to you at the beginning of the show? Yep, I'm gonna do them. Because these songs, it's not really easy to convey what's in my head, hence I have no cards. Very indecisive and very scattered. Think of it like the little voices inside of your head that are always like, you're not good enough. Why are you here? Why don't you just stick to technical theater? Got the multi-tool in the back. Or just go home. And this song, what better way to really show you that craziness than through a bunch of my kind of love songs. What you gonna do when it all falls down? And where you gonna go from there? What you gonna do when the money is gone? And who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself out of here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe the smile from that famous little clown. And now you say you're lonely, cry the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind? The morning ends, I think about you. I talk to friends, I think about you. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind? You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was too clean, told me you were through with me, and make the memories fly. Autumn, winter, I'll forget you by next year, some year. Though it's hell that I'm going through. Some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything. But loving you. And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put poor Staci together again. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? Thank you, Steve, for making that on the table. Awesome. Well, I turned my water. You ready? So, now we have come full circle. Whew. Last Monday, I didn't have a performance gig in sight. And now you guys have just seen me do my very first one-woman show.
You.
This business really is day by day, hence my title. Because you could be lower than low, and the next day be higher than a kite. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're sad. But the world goes round. Sometimes you lose every nickel you have. But the world goes round. Sometimes your dreams get broken in pieces, but that doesn't alter a thing. Take it from me, there's still gotta be a summer a winter, a fall, and a spring. And sometimes a friend starts treating you bad, but the world goes round. And sometimes your heart breaks with a deafening sound. Somebody loses while somebody wins, and one day it's kicks, then it's kicks in the shins, but the planet spins and the world goes round and round. The world goes round. Hey, the world goes round. Sometimes your dreams get broken in pieces, but that doesn't matter at all. Take it from me, there's still gonna be a summer, a winter, a spring, and a fall. And sometimes a friend starts treating you bad, but the world goes round. And sometimes your heart breaks with a deafening sound. Somebody loses while somebody wins, and one day it's kicks, then it's kicks in the shins, but the planet spins and the world goes round and around and round and around and round. The world goes round and round and round and Okay. So I have so many people to thank for this. I was frantic for 2 weeks trying to get this together. Gino O'Malley helped me put all this together. Thank you, Rachel, for dancing with me. Thank you, Cecil and Thank you, Staci, for letting me do this. Thank you, Zach, for filming. So my final song for you. I sung throughout high school. It got me into college at East Carolina University. Put there for a year. It got me into AMDA. It has a great message that never stop reaching for that impossible dream.